Good afternoon, YouTube. Quick, and I do mean quick, YouTube video on some cool watch products. So today I got 3 Temu specials. Temu reached out a few weeks ago and decided to collaborate with Phatkat Collections. They sent me, basically gave me 120 bucks to buy a few different products on Temu. I did buy some tools and they were like, yeah, no, we want it to be watch related. I was like, well, you should have told me that in the first place. So I reordered and got, I didn't want to get like 2 of the same watches. You know, they have a lot of watches that I could have chose. If you haven't checked out my video review I did recently on the Pagani Design Daytona Paul Newman homage, same one I'm wearing right now, definitely check that out. Amazing price, $51. You cannot go wrong with that kind of quality for that price. It honestly surprised me when I got it. I mean, and I am pretty used to getting pretty affordable watches that do surprise me most of the time. So I also chose some watch accessories. Now, once you start to grow your collection, I'll tell you, it becomes very difficult to find room to store all these things. You almost have to buy like a giant dresser and get kind of creative on how you're going to safely store them. Now, the good thing about watches is that they are pretty durable. So, to be honest with you, most of my watches are just kind of forced into several safes. I have to buy a few more safes, and I want to do something that's going to be a little bit more organized. Now, this is a fantastic solution. The only downside to getting boxes like this, once you start to have several of them, you have to open up each one, obviously, to be able to see what you have in them. But for me, you know, you could get kind of creative and maybe do something with the numbering system or whatnot. But for me, I'm not too worried about that at this point. But I will get more of these boxes. I hope to collaborate with them again and get some more of them. If it was up to me, I would have chose all of these because I could really use them. But we'll see what the future holds. So I did choose 3 different models. And so the price on these is incredible. So very similar to like a Case Logic. Remember that we used to keep our CDs in? Great way of protecting your CDs. They kind of took that same design and put it into a case. So you have, in this watch, I have mostly Invictus because the Invictus are the hardest one to store. And so let me just crack it open here. You have really nice construction outside. It is sort of like a hard shell case. You could, I'm not going to do it, but you could drop this and most likely your watches would not get damaged. It offers a really nice level of protection. Really nice quality zipper here. Let me crack this sucker open. Voila. So this one here holds 15. It's actually quite heavy. We're looking at over 15 pounds of watches right here. These are all the Invictus. Well, the Invictus I can fit in cases, so I have a lot more Invictus. But you know, the thing about the Invicta watches, it's not easy to find cases where they fit. So these are really nice. These are, again, the larger Invictus. 52 millimeters fit perfect. When you start getting involved in like the 70s, you know, when I'm saying 70 to the Crown Guard on some of these, the Grand Octanes, you know, those are about 63 to the Crown. And if you store your watches with the crown out, you're losing a little bit of a few millimeters there. So, but they still fit. And what's nice about this case, let me just put this down for a second, is it's very simple. You just have a couple pieces of foam, or 15 pieces of foam in this case. I'll show you what it looks like. That's it. Very simple, kind of raised edges to help to, on a normal size watch, this would definitely give you more protection from kind of clinking around in there if you are moving them around. But you know, when you got the Invictus, you just got to kind of make it work. And so it does offer, you know, it does overhang. You know, and even for me, I keep the crown out, so you're overhanging by, I don't know, a couple millimeters there. Oops, sorry folks. There we go. But even with that, it still fits in the case relatively well. What I do is just once I put them in, just kind of make sure the crown is pulled. But you know, it's perfect for, again, for the 50 millimeter versions. They fit perfectly. Let me bust out one of these. Like here's a Sub Aqua Specialty, and you know, it does, I shouldn't say perfectly, it does actually overhang the foam a little bit. So normal size watches are gonna fit perfect, but this is a really great solution to be able to keep your Invictus protected, or really any watch for that matter. I like this because these ones actually fit in my safe with a little bit of tilting. Then of course we have the same model here. This is the 10 slot, or the 12 slot. Which one is this one here? The 10 slot. It's really nice. Again, it does have a handle on here, but I honestly wouldn't, when you're putting some heavy watches in here, this is kind of, you know, I don't know how well this is stitched into the case. I mean, it definitely feels durable, but you know, I don't know. This is kind of a lot. The Invictus are heavy. Normal size watches, you'd probably be fine. But again, very nice. If you want something with a little more pizzazz, This one here is their ostrich style, faux ostrich. You can see has sort of like an ostrich type finish on it, white stitching. And here we got some of my more expensive watches. Got some, the Aqua Dive, the Visser. These are all Values in here, Solitas, a lot of Oceanivas. Got a couple Bulvas. So very cool. A little bit more of a decorative style case. But again, you still got to open it up. But this is something that I think would look a little bit classier if you're going to store this on your dresser and you're not worried about locking them up. You can get several of these. This one is the 12 slot. Very nice. They make it in a 6, a 10, and a 12. And the price on this is only, let me see what's going for today, $16. I mean, that's pretty awesome for a case. Like a lot of times if you go to Amazon, you're going to pay a lot more for them. So for $16, you could afford to get several of these, line them up on your dresser, or you can even, if you have, I don't know, if you have like a more of like a men's style bureau, you can basically, load these up in there, whatever dress you have, you can definitely make this work. So nice way of storing your watches, really nice quality, and you can't go wrong with the price. So getting back to the price, again, $16.57 for the 12 slot. If you want to get more of the Case Logic style versions, you're looking at about $21 for the 10, and for the 15, about $29. That price does fluctuate. I've seen them kind of drop to 26, so by the time you watch this video, there might be a better deal for you. But overall, really nice. I've been wanting to get something to store my watches in for quite some time. These fit the bill. Again, I definitely want to get a few more of these because with your standard size, let me think about that for a second. I can fit all 3 of these in like a sort of a standard size kind of like gun safe. So again, you just have to measure them, see which ones are going to fit best for you, and this is a great way of, again, protecting and storing your watches. So thanks for watching, subscribe to the channel, and take care.